Listen y'all, just when we thought that the drama between 50C and Big Meech couldn't get any messier, 50 just cranked up the petty all the way. Now he's coming for Boosie, calling him out for betrayal. And to make things worse, Boosie is now being labeled as a snitch just like Big Meech. But what went down y'all, and why?
Meech, you couldn't have thought that through. You know, I know you've been behind the walls, but you know 50 didn't fool with Ross. So why did you think it'd be a good idea to get in the pictures and start getting close to Big? He said, well, I think he paid you $2. If 50 might make your son a millionaire, then you come home to the, you know what I'm saying? Because 50 may put your life on TV and had your son playing you. You gonna go do this. Eating little Meech man at you. You missed his thing. 50 to cut y'all off. Everybody tied to you to cut the one off.
Are you sure I'm performing at the Big Meech party? Yeah, I'm performing. I gave Big Meech my word, that I was gonna perform, and I give a man my word, that's my word. I don't know what's going on, I can't pull away from not performing over something, they got going on with him and 50 and all this going on.
Boosie have spoke out and said he not boycott. He said he gave his word to 50. He's going to show up.
Yeah. I saw that. They pick and choose. Not that I'm saying, Meech is a snitch or anything like that. But man, they pick and choose who they want to put the snitch jacket on and who they want it to apply to. So that's why I say, man, all that.
Is 50 putting Boosie on blast? Grab your popcorn, because we're breaking it all the way down. It turns out that 50 Cent is up early ling Boosie as an OP after clips resurfaced of Boosie announcing he'd be performing at Big Meech's Welcome Back concert. But that wasn't even the worst part. Other clips also show Boosie bad taking shots at 50, straight up saying that if he were Little Meech he would have told 50 to EP off. And let's just say 50 didn't take that lightly, and also, just like Rick Ross, Boosie has just made an enemy, and it was the wrong one. Because if there's anything that anybody knows about 50C is that when he feels betrayed, he goes to the next level of pettiness and eventually cuts people off without even looking back. And recently, he's been coming for Boosie from every angle, while also doubling down on his accusations that Big Meech is a rat. And trust me, 50 isn't letting this one slide anytime soon. In the past, Boosie has always stood 10 toes down against people he believed were snitches. I mean, just look at how he called Arlo. So when it came to Big Meech, people expected Boosie to keep the same energy, but instead said he defended Big Meech, claiming that he hadn't seen any paperwork proving that Meech actually snitched on anyone, y'all. This had people side-eyeing him extra hard because he had just proved Charleston white correct. Let's not forget the last time Boosie even suspected T.I. wasn't informed, he immediately scrapped their joint album, making it clear that he had a strict no snitching policy no matter who it was. But now it's looking like all that tough talk might have only applied to a certain group of people. However, Boosie quickly shut down the rumors that he was paid to perform at Big Meech's concert, and in his words, he said, but whether or not he was selling the true 50 Cent and his followers weren't buying it, and soon enough everybody was accusing Boosie of picking and choosing which industry rat to call out. Now, if you've been keeping up with the drama though between 50 Cent and Big Meech, then you already know 50 has been sounding the alarm on Meech for some weeks now, and he particularly took to Instagram with the now deleted post that sent social media into a frenzy, along with the photo of a big old rat. 50 dropped a caption that had everybody talking on that rat. He wrote, I think I'm Big Meech. Many saw this as a double jab. Obviously one aimed at Big Meech and the other at Rick Ross, since the line comes straight from Ross's song BMF, and if that wasn't bad enough, 50 doubled down, adding the biggest mistake I ever made was sustaining in his relationship with Tommy Cowan's Her Tell-All docu series reveals the truth. Now that one line that people wondering what exactly is in this documentary and what does 50Y know that the rest of us don't. 50Y even went on to share a phone call conversation he had with Tammy Cohen's, where she seemed to be warming up about spilling the beans on Big Meech, and honestly the drama was getting too real now. Part of the reason the internet was shocked by 50 Cent's accusations is because when Big Meech first got out of prison, photos of him and 50 both all smiles were viral, but then out of the nowhere things took a wild turn earlier this February when 50 Cent suddenly started coming from me online. Now first off, Meech was sentenced back in 2008 to 30 years in prison, but somehow he walked free in his 18th year. Let's be real a second for a millisecond. That definitely raised some eyebrows in the streets, and that's exactly where the drama started, but trust me, it goes way deeper than that. To someone like 50 Cent, the whole situation felt real suspicious, but wasn't just a speculation that had him going after Big Meech from every angle online. For one, Tammy Cohen, the longtime business associate of Meech, was rumored to have flipped and become an FBI informant after Meech went to jail. And here's the kicker, Meech had literally sold her the rights to his life story, giving her control over everything BMF related while he was behind bars. But it doesn't stop there, because the deeper you dig, the mess the whole situation gets. According to Whack 100, Big Meech was allegedly feeding information to Tammy Cohen's while he was in prison, sharing everything he heard behind bars. In turn, Tammy was passing that info to the FBI, and that exchange was supposedly led to Meech getting out early. But here's where it gets even messier, because Tammy Cohen's wasn't just in any business associate. She was also 50 Cent's co-producer on the Black Mafia family TV series, which stars L. Meech, Big Meech's own son, playing him on the show. Now Tammy and Big Meech go as far back in 2007, because the duo had worked closely together, and by their own words their relationship was more than just business, if you catch my drift. And that's where things get really interesting, because a lot of people believe that somewhere along the line Tammy might have got feelings for Big Meech and mixed business with pleasure. So back in 2014, while Meech was still behind bars for dealing with illegal substances, Tammy didn't hold back when talking about her bond with the media. In fact, she straight up called me her best friend, and even said, I could tell you this has been one of the best experiences in my life to have him as my best friend. And you'll know when a woman who's riding for you for years suddenly turns her back on you after publicly calling you her bestie, you must have messed up big time. But for 50 Cent,
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amarant Arena, February 13th.
Beech's biggest mistake was cutting ties with Tammy Cohen's, because now she was allegedly about to do all the talking in the UPenn Coming Tell-Off series, and guess what 50 himself is said to produce it. But to drive his point home, 50 Cent took to Instagram again, and this time he posted a video of a man talking about being a snitch. 50 Cent had Big Meech's Head photos shopped on the 50 Cent was trying to say that post made it crystal clear, and if you thought that that was petty, just wait because it gets worse. A lot of people believe that Tammy Cowan turned on Big Meech for one of two reasons. Either he wanted to get his life rights back from her after she had literally put everything on the line for him handling all his affairs while he was locked up, or she simply felt sidelined and betrayed by him. Either way, if Meech really snitched while in prison, then he should have made sure that information stayed between him and Tammy. Because if there was one person who knew everything, it was her, and for what it's worth, Tammy had dedicated years of her career making sure Meech got out of prison and still had everything in place when he returned. But while all of this was going down, Meech wasn't just sitting back letting the internet run wild with the rumors. He came out and denied the allegations, saying the only reason he got out early was because of an amendment to the law, not because he cooperated with anyone. Well, this explanation didn't sit right with a lot of people. Why? Because in 2021 a judge only reduced Ms. sentence by 3 years, citing good conduct and the First Step Act as the reason. And let's be real, there's a huge difference between 3 years and 12 years that got shaved off of his sentence. But moving on, Meech didn't just let the rumor slide. He actually made a video response directly addressing the snitching allegations, and let's just say his explanation had people even more divided. Before all these explanations, Meech thought he could match 50 Cent's level of pettiness, but he felt miserably. He tried to clap back by posting the photo of himself in 50, but with the sticker of a rat holding cheese placed over 50's face, writing internet gangster on it. RUN still trying to figure out the internet. But that move definitely backfired hard, because instead of shutting down the rumors, it only made things worse, and people were not here for these games. They wanted Meech to address the accusations head on, not throw out subliminals. And just when things couldn't get any messier, 50 got even more pissed when his longtime op Rick Ross the Boss popped up in a video at Meech promoting the concert that was set to take place on February 13th. At that point, it wasn't just about Meech anymore. This was turning into a full-blown war. I mean, picture this: you've got a friend who's been holding you down, helping your son make money while you are locked up, even going as far as making your life a whole TV show for your benefit and legacy. Then you finally get out of jail after breaking the street code, and instead of making things right with that friend, you pull the ultimate petty move. You link up with this biggest enemy, a guy who's been dissing him for decades. And not only that, but you let his enemy be one to endorse your concert. Now imagine how that must have looked, because Rick Ross, 50 Cent's longtime rival, was out here publicly co-signing Big Meech and acting like he's the one keeping it real. But we all know Rick Ross is only trying to push his own agenda. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the guy who's been backing Ms. Son and keeping BMF's name alive, was sitting there watching the whole thing like, oh, so this is what we doing now? Seeing how the drama was playing out, if he didn't hold back, he straight up threatened to cancel BM.
Let's go to the ball, nigga, fuck you. And everything you nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, my pole, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Right, no, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. My son, nigga, you nigga, my nigga, I ain't gonna go against this brand. Fuck that. Damn.